Hi, I'm Debbie from Riding Through Disney. I'm making this new video to give you a better review for Scooterbug. I really like Scooterbug. I have rented them in California and in Florida. But I did have a problem when I rented from Scooterbug. Usually the first one that I would get would have an issue. What issue would you say? The battery wouldn't keep its charge. Wow. So it would keep going down to orange or going down to red during a park day, and that could be very stressful. In Florida, often that you can plug it in some of the restaurants, but in California, I asked cast members and they told me no plugs. There's no plugs available here. If the scooter stops in Florida in a park, you can leave it, but you won't get another scooter until you go back to the resort. And usually that's like the next day. In California, you can go outside the front of Disneyland, outside of the park, to where people rent scooters. And there's a Scooterbug representative there, and they can exchange it out right there. You don't have to go all the way back to the hotel, which was nice. But I gotta tell you, after a while, I was thinking, maybe it's time to purchase my own scooter. Now, purchasing your own scooter can be quite a trial in its own, not to mention the expense. But a lot of times with scooters, you're not sure what kind to get. You don't know exactly if it's going to meet your needs. And when I finally figured out which one I wanted, and I noticed that many of them advertised airline approved. And that's not necessarily true. Sometimes you gotta check. I worked with American Airlines. When I was working with them, they told me, actually, I called them 3 different occasions because on 3 different occasions, 3 different people wanted different things from me. So I want you to write these things down because this is very important. You have to know the make, the model. With the battery, you have to know what the volt is in the amp hours. You need to know what the dimensions of the scooter is and if it can fold down and what the dimensions would be folded down. It is also important to have a scooter that the battery comes out. Many of the cheaper scooters, the batteries don't come out, and that's very important. The airline wants you to keep the battery with you on the plane, so you have to be able to take it out. When I figured out which scooter I wanted, and I had all my information, and also to save yourself aggravation, have at least 3 or 4 scooters on your list. So that way, when you speak to the person at the airline, they could tell you which ones are approved and which are not. They don't have a list that they can refer you to. They just put in the make and model, and the computer will tell them whether or not it's approved. So make sure you have all that information ready. American Airlines also said to me that when I choose my scooter, I purchase it, I have it in my possession, they want me to contact them again to tell them what kind I have, and they will put it in my file so that every time I fly American Airlines, they know I have a scooter with me and what kind it is. Very important. And a lot of times if you can't decide between 2 different scooters, it helps to know which ones are approved and which ones are not. Sometimes the airline can even make the choice for you. So that's pretty good. So make sure you consult with them before purchasing and save yourself, a disappointment. Also, when you get to the airport with your scooter, when you're checking in your luggage, get a tag for your scooter because you're going to ride it all the way through security. Security will examine your scooter, and you will go all the way up to the gate with it. And when you get to the jetway, you're going to fold it up if it's foldable. You're going to remove your battery, and you're going to take your battery onto the plane with you. The staff there will put your scooter underneath the plane with the strollers and other accoutrement. When you arrive at your destination, they will put the scooter on the jetway for you, and you'll be able to ride it right off. We have arrived at our destination. When I'm in Florida, I like to use the town car chauffeur. They treat us like family. Their service is excellent. They've been serving Central Florida over 20 years. We always have a good experience with the town car chauffeur. To help out my driver, David, I sent him a picture of the scooter, folded up next to another suitcase for scale, so that he could send me the proper vehicle. The town car chauffeur can also accommodate people in wheelchairs that need a lift. You just have to let them know. We just trust town car chauffeur, and you will see their QR code at the end of this video. Disney Cruise Line. One of my favorite things going on a Disney cruise. On Disney Cruise Line, they do not mind how big your scooter is. They do not mind how big your battery is. But it is important to know that the corridors near your cabin are very narrow. Some of the larger scooters wouldn't be able to fit through there. They also have, what they do have on the cruise ship is designated parking areas for larger scooters. So if you're able to ambulate without your scooter for short periods of time, you can park your scooter in a designated area. The cruise ship that we're going to be sailing on soon is the Fantasy. Their designated area is on the second deck, outside of the Enchanted Garden. It's one of the rotational dining experiences. Other ships have them in different areas. The Wonder had a designated area near an elevator bank, so it varies. Make sure you contact the Disney cast members about different issues that you're going to be having, any questions that you have. You can call them at 407-566-3602. If you'd rather correspond, you can correspond with them at special services at contact.disneycruiseline.com. I was able to even schedule a Zoom with them, and we were able to discuss all different kinds of things about our cruise experience. So make sure, if you have any questions at all, to contact Disney cast members. They would be glad to help you. Also, look through some of our videos riding through Disney. They'll help you navigate the Disney properties. We have many videos for Florida and also for California. We also did a cruise in Alaska last year. It was wonderful. So check out those videos, like and subscribe, and we'll alert you to new videos as they come out. Thank you, and have a magical day.
If you happen to be in Central Florida and need transfers, please contact our sponsor, Town Car Chauffeur. If you liked the video, click that like button. If you want to see more videos on doing Disney on a scooter, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to click that bell so you don't miss our next upload. See you on our next adventure.